Welcome, students, parents, faculty, staff, alumni, and friends to the Miami University Virtual Commencement Experience. Wherever you are, and in whatever way you are joining us today, you will notice this commencement ceremony is unlike any created before. From all over the world, our graduates are taking part in this ceremony by coming together as avatars in virtual rooms, modeled after the hub on the beautiful Oxford campus. In this uniquely created virtual environment, they will be able to interact and chat with each other while watching the same live video streams that everyone else sees through Miami's webpage and Facebook Live. We are so glad that you have joined us today to celebrate the accomplishments of Miami's class of 2020. And now, to begin our ceremony, we honor our nation and those who have dedicated themselves to its service. Please stand if you are able and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by graduating senior music major Anna Adams, accompanied by senior biochemistry and piano performance major Matthew Morris.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to the 2020 May graduation at Miami University. Welcome to our graduates, families, friends, and alumni joining us from cyberspace. Let me also welcome all of our incredible faculty and staff. Thank you for your dedication, perseverance, creativity, and hard work in creating a long-distance learning semester for our students. A special shout out to our essential staff who kept Miami operating and kept our students, faculty, and staff safe and supported throughout the crisis. And we always thank our veterans and active service members at Commencement. This year, we send our gratitude for their courageous work during the pandemic, serving others in need and saving lives. And for all those joining today who work in the healthcare professions, nurses, physicians, administrators, and all those in the service industries, thank you for your bravery and service to humanity. We are all in this together, and everyone plays a vital role. We will all remember what we did in the pandemic of 2020. We will all remember your sacrifices for all of us. Renata and I feel a special connection with you. Many of you started your Miami career at the same time we did. I remember reading Spare Parts by Joshua Davis with you for our first year read, a story about inclusion, teamwork, ingenuity, and perseverance that inspired us all as we began our journey at Miami together. So much has happened in our years at Miami, including this virtual graduation ceremony in the midst of a global pandemic. Rarely has a graduating class entered a world so suddenly impacted by a global crisis and so eager for rapid transformation. It is not the booming job market you expected in January. But it is a place where your powerful character and intellect, developed and practiced here at Miami, will make a difference from this day forward. Your Miami education has equipped you with the skills, the mindset, and values to take these formidable challenges with expertise, courage, and optimism. You know how to embrace change, how to persevere, and how to stand in solidarity for success. Let me address those 3 points today. First, change. We have talked about change for your entire education. We know we live in a dynamic society where the future will not look anything like the past or the present. We didn't expect such rapid change, but it has come, and you are ready to lead through it. What does not change and will never change is your purpose as Miamians, to make the world a better place, as we say in our code, and as reflected in our values. Second, perseverance. Your rigorous education at Miami and the obstacles you have overcome have given you the grit to face whatever comes your way. Grit is a synthesis of passion and perseverance that never loses sight of the goal and never gives up. You have persevered through the demands of this education and the unprecedented disruption of COVID-19 in your final semester. You have achieved your goal of graduation. You will be agile to pivot when necessary, while maintaining your purpose with optimism, and you will overcome the challenges ahead. You will elevate not only your own success, but the well-being of everyone around you. You will keep our vision alive and strong. You are Miami. And finally, solidarity. Diversity and inclusion are a hallmark of your Miami education. We are of all races from all nations, as our alma mater declares. They are at the heart of our code of love and honor. We welcome a diversity of people, ideas, and experiences. Our solidarity is our strength in your project team, in your lab, in your club, in your class, and across all of our campuses. Solidarity will be a part of your strength in your career, in your community, and in our society. It is how we overcame the challenges of COVID-19 in our university. It is how we will overcome those challenges in our country and our world in the future. The virus reminded us that the health of any of us depends on the health of all of us. You are ready to build the vital solidarity with love and honor in the Miami way of serving others. You will ensure that the flourishing of the emerging world will be shared by everyone. You are graduating at one of the most significant inflection points in history since the Great Depression and World War II. We call the women and men who faced those world events the greatest generation. There is no handbook on how to proceed. Skills and knowledge are necessary, but they are not enough. The world needs a certain kind of person, one who knows how to apply their expertise effectively in any circumstance and for the good of everyone. You are those leaders. Your generation will lead us into the new world that will emerge from the disruption of the old one. We are proud to send you into that world today as Miami graduates. Love and honor, class of 2020, and congratulations.
To the class of 2020, we know that none of these circumstances were ideal, but we made it. The late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stated, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." Every paper written, every all-nighter at King, and every celebratory sandwich from Bagel and Deli was all worth it. Though these moments are bittersweet, we have the many memories of our Miami experiences to take with us. We also must not lose touch of the family members, friends, and support system with whom we started with. And we must remember that just because we leave Oxford, the code of love and honor will be so thoroughly embedded in us that we will carry it wherever we go and take it throughout the rest of our lives. Now, one last time, if you would all join me in reciting the code of love and honor. I am Miami. I believe that a liberal education is grounded in qualities of character and intellect. I stand for honesty, integrity, and the importance of moral conduct. I respect the dignity, rights, and property of others, and their right to hold and express disparate beliefs. I defend the freedom of inquiry that is the heart of learning. I exercise good judgment and believe in personal responsibility. I welcome a diversity of people, ideas, and experiences. I embrace the spirit, academic rigor, opportunities, and challenges of a Miami experience, preparing me to make the world a better place. I demonstrate love and honor by supporting and caring for my fellow Miamians. And because I am Miami, I act through my words and deeds in ways that reflect these values and beliefs, with a deep sense of accomplishment and gratitude. I will love, honor, and make proud those who help me earn the joy and privilege of saying, to think that in such a place, I led such a life. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Thank you, Jalen and Associate Student Government, for representing our students so well. Hearing the voice of all our students makes Miami a better place. Thank you, your executive cabinet, and all of the ASG senators for your incredible leadership, input, and spirit for Miami. Greg and I arrived at Miami in 2016, just like many of you. We truly feel that we too are members of the class of 2020. I remember convocation on that hot, sunny, gorgeous day in Oxford. I remember my first visits to the regional campuses that week. I remember walking around our campuses and thinking how right Robert Frost was about our beauty. I remember thunderstorms that canceled making the Big M at Yager Stadium. I remember so much about that first week of our time here at Miami. But most of all, I remember the enthusiasm in your voices, the hope in your eyes, the joy of finding a new home, just like us at Miami. What I remember most is all of you, the heart and soul of this great institution we love so much. 2020 will always be a landmark year for us. A year of rapid change, a year of helping others. In our code of love and honor, we say we will demonstrate love and honor by supporting and caring for my fellow Miamians. And that's what you did. You persevered, you reached out, you did what Miamians do. You served others through empathy, creativity, passion, and compassion. Today we have a very special speaker. Ohio is fortunate to be led by a governor who acts to safeguard the health and well-being of our fellow Ohioans. The Honorable Governor Mike DeWine, Miami class of '69, he has proven himself to be a true leader in the most challenging of times. The New York Times called him a household name who took early and bold actions. Roll call said he was prescient. The BBC said he was resolute. He is the toast of Ohio's daily wine with DeWine. While others were still wondering whether there would be an NCAA March Madness basketball tournament, Governor DeWine acted to keep the fans and players safe, canceling the opening round games in Dayton. When others were wondering whether it was safe for students to attend school, Governor DeWine acted to keep students and families safe by moving to remote learning. When everyone needed a face mask, Fran DeWine, class of '71, stepped up. Leadership is not easy in a time of crisis. You must be sturdy-hearted, pure of soul. You must be grounded in values, character, and intellect. You must practice humility, prodesse quam conspici. You must have an unwavering commitment to protect and serve others. Throughout this crisis, Governor DeWine has been a true leader. He values the well-being of others and acts to meet any challenge. We are fortunate to call him both governor and a fellow Miamian. It is my pleasure now to introduce the Honorable Governor Mike DeWine, Governor of the great state of Ohio, graduate of the Miami class of 1969. Welcome, Governor DeWine.
Fran and I want to congratulate all of you in the Miami class of 2020. And congratulations also to your parents, your family, your friends, and all those who have helped you over the years. This is your day as well. This is a very special Miami class for us, as 3 of our grandsons, David, Matthew, and Jacob, are all graduating today. It's been over half a century since Fran and I first came as students to Miami, and it remains for us such a very special place. Our Miami experience was certainly not typical. I followed my girlfriend here, and we were married between our 2nd and 3rd year. Our son Pat and our daughter Jill were both born while we were students at Miami. And both of them would attend and graduate from Miami. Both would marry Miamians, and both would have sons born on the same day who are both graduating from Miami today. 2 of our other children, John and Alice, and our son-in-law Bill, are also Miami graduates. Our granddaughter Grace is concluding her 1st year here, and our grandson Brian will be starting in the fall. Your experience as seniors at Miami has certainly been unique. When I ran for governor, I certainly did not expect that I would be dealing with a once-in-100-years pandemic. As I look back on how Ohioans have dealt with the coronavirus, the first chapter was really written right here on this campus. When in January, some of your fellow students returned from China and then exhibited symptoms of the coronavirus, it all began. The students in Miami both did what they should have done, with the students isolating themselves, and Miami's health service, the Butler County Health Department, and the state health department all getting involved. We all breathed a collective sigh of great relief when the tests came back negative. But the Ohio coronavirus story had begun. Now, as the beauty of springtime here in Oxford surrounds us, as we weary of this virus, I am reminded of what the great World War II leader Winston Churchill told the British people at a time during the war in 1942, when they had grown tired and certainly must have felt that it had been going on for a very long time. And this is what Churchill said: "This is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end. But it is perhaps the end of the beginning." We have fought well, but this pandemic is a marathon, not a sprint. You will look back on this time as past generations have looked back at other times when our country has been sorely tested. Your children and your grandchildren will surely ask you, what was it like? What did you do? It's usually a war or some other great calamity that brings us together as a people, that makes us feel that we are truly in this together. In those times, our soldiers at the front line have been backed up by a whole country of people making sacrifices. Today, our nurses, our paramedics, those who work in our prisons, our nursing homes, and yes, those who stock the shelves at our grocery stores are in fact our soldiers. Our support for them is different, but no less important than what past generations have done to support those at the front lines. Each of us can contribute. Each of us must help. You will never have in your life a greater chance to impact so many people by what you do, seemingly little things, but things that truly matter. Things that will make a difference. Keeping 6 feet apart, wearing a mask, dropping off food for an elderly neighbor, staying in touch with your grandmother by Skype or call or even a letter. Former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, reflecting upon World War II, once said the following: "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You're able to say to yourself, I lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. And I believe that. These hard times make us stronger. Today you're tougher than you were. We all are. Many of you don't have a job yet, and many of you who do have a job aren't sure that that's really what you want to do. I certainly understand that. I started at Miami as a business major. I graduated as an education major, and I thought I was going to teach high school history and government. But life can and will take many turns. 14 years ago, I was in my 12th year in the United States Senate. I loved it and thought that I was pretty good at it. But in 2006, I lost my race for re-election. The day after that election, I called Miami's president and asked him if I might come here and teach. And amazingly, he said yes. I loved it. And the best part was the interaction that I had with my students. Now, around the same time, we learned that my father's pancreatic cancer had returned and that he was going to die. But because we were back in Ohio, I was able to spend time with both my parents in their final months, time that I never would have had with them had I still been working in Washington. And a few years later, at an age when most people would have happily retired, and many people, I guess, thought that I should have, and some still do, I ran for office again, and I won. You will learn more from your losses, from your mistakes, from your failures, than from all your successes. As I make some of the toughest decisions of my life in dealing with this terrible virus each and every day, and as we work to get our economy moving and protect our citizens, I try to remember what I've learned the hard way. The biggest mistakes I have made in life have been when I did not get enough facts, did not ask enough questions, did not consult the right people, and simply when I did not dig deep enough. I've also been very sorry when I did not follow my instincts, when everyone else seemed to be going a different way, and when I figured, well, they must be right. So get the facts, dig deep, then trust your gut. Each of you graduating today has such great opportunities ahead. So be bold and take some chances on life. Along the way, you will face tough, life-changing decisions. You will face disappointments, challenges, and losses. And when you do, know that sometimes the best truly is yet to come. We will come out of this. We'll be stronger. Our scientists and our business people, and among them, many of today's graduates, will be the ones to find new treatments and vaccine and innovative and creative economic solutions. Things I think will change. We will value personal relationships more. We'll value family more. And we will understand better how we all truly are tied together. To the class of 2020, we wish you the very best. You are Miami. Each of you has so much to give that will help others. Through love and honor, you'll make a difference in this world. Thank you, and good luck.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the College of Arts and Science graduation ceremony. I'm honored to be speaking to you on this very special day. Normally, I'd be welcoming you and your families to our divisional ceremony at Millett Hall, but today is unlike any graduation ceremony I have ever attended, and I guess the same can be said for you. So let me say thank you for being here. Despite the challenges of our current situation, this is truly a great day for our highly accomplished graduates of the class of 2020. When classes began last August, none of us could have imagined what the spring semester would become, but here's what we could imagine. the pride each and every one of you feels for having earned one of the most respected degrees in higher education, the joy in the faces of your family, friends, and professors as they celebrate your accomplishments with you, your future filled with endless opportunities and accomplishments. Like every graduate of this wonderful university, you have an amazing story to tell, one of hard work, challenges, accomplishments, and perseverance. You have challenged each other, challenged your faculty, and made all of our lives more exciting and enjoyable. You are embarking on a broad selection of career paths, all of which embody the intellectual framework, critical thinking, and transferable skills that are the foundation of a liberal arts education. You will soon be assuming leadership positions in an increasingly diverse range of careers in science and technology, business, education, healthcare, and the public sector, including many jobs that don't even exist today. More than ever, our country and world are depending on you to bring about positive economic, political, and social change. We look forward to seeing your accomplishments in the years to come. It has been our great honor to have been part of your journeys, and we look forward to sharing your stories and future successes. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you and your families. May you fare well on your journey ahead. Congratulations, class of 2020. Good luck.
Greetings from Muscat, Oman. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020. After years of hard work and a lot of discipline, you very much deserve your success. Today is that long-awaited day. It has finally arrived, a day full of joy and happiness, yet it is sad not being able to celebrate with your family and friends due to the COVID-19 epidemic. By graduating from the School of Arts and Science and getting a liberal arts degree, you have gained a rich and well-rounded education, understanding and empathy for other cultures, people and religions. You are now leaving behind one phase of your life and starting a new phase. In the coming years, your life will dramatically change. There will be new challenges, new excitements, new friends to be made. Some of you will get married, have families and children. Throughout life, you need to be enthusiastic, have the right attitude, drive, ambition. Even in difficult times such as this, you should continue to be positive. Education and learning do not stop at graduation. You would live and learn. The best lessons are learned from experience. When your plans go wrong, don't lose hope. From your failures, you will emerge stronger and wiser. With the knowledge in your head and the kindness in your heart, help the lives of others and make the world a better place.
Congratulations to the Miami University class of 2020. This is a big deal. I received my degree in zoology in 1984, and my intention was to attend medical school and become a physician. I changed my mind during my last semester and returned home with no plan, no job, and no money. I suspect some of you might be in that same boat. There are always options. Listen, Miami has provided you one of the finest liberal arts educations in this country, and that will move you forward. I built my companies on some of the social skills I learned while at Miami. I learned how to interact and work well with people and how to make things happen. Miami gave me confidence and taught me to trust my gut. It steers me in the right direction most of the time. Heck, my gut led me from medical school aspirations to flavors, to beverages, and then to the Jack Daniels Company, to founding my own company, Flavor Man, and then Moonshine University. Moonshine University, the other MU. See what I did there? So here you are in the midst of a pandemic. Who could have dreamed this up or planned that this would happen? As it turns out, your life will be a series of unplanned occurrences that happen in between the things that you plan. How you handle and work around and through these unplanned events will be the story of your life. And in the end, your life will be measured by your outcomes. It is true that the ways I maneuvered and worked around decades of unplanned events and subsequent outcomes can be measured partly by my friends, relationships, and my companies and their combined successes. I manage those series of unplanned circumstances using tools acquired while at Miami. You now have that toolbox filled with skills learned while at Miami to move forward. Now go get started. But before you do, I want to leave you with my favorite quote. Everything will turn out good in the end. If it is not yet good, then it is not the end.
Hi, everybody. I just want to say congratulations to the class of 2020. You know, I always thought if I didn't show up for finals in person, there's no possible way that I could graduate. But here you are proving me and everyone else wrong. Which brings me to my message to you about the incredible power of optimism. Optimism. Every graduating class before you worried about the future, and it's totally understandable for you to do the same. In fact, no one before you had to think about graduating into this type of environment. So the pessimists would try and forget this whole entire year. But for us optimists, this class of 2020, you're now officially unforgettable. And it's easy to be a cynic right now, but I hope you fight hard against cynicism and hold on tight to a vision of building something better. We need your youth, your energy, and your ideas now more than ever. You know, the amazing thing about hopeful people is that they create a positive reality, not just for themselves, but for everyone around them. So be that person, a person of hope. And when I say optimism, I'm not just talking about some positive thinking. It's deeper than that. It's about not keeping your head down and not succumbing or accepting things as they are. Instead, optimism is knowing that you have the power to make change, but then also getting up out of the dirt, looking up and doing it. Someone once told me a story about having enough bold optimism to chase your dreams, so I thought I'd leave you with it. It's about this farmer who was walking out one day and found an eagle's egg on the ground and put it into the nest of a barnyard hen. That eaglet hatched with the rest of the chicks and grew up with them. And all his life, the eagle did what the barnyard chicks did, thinking he was a barnyard chicken. He scratched the earth for worms and insects, and he clucked and cackled, and every now and then he would thrash his wings and try and fly a few feet in the air. Years passed, and the eagle grew very old. One day, he saw a magnificent bird above him in the cloudless sky. It glided gracefully in the powerful wind currents. The old eagle looked up in awe. "Who is that?" he asked. "That's the eagle, king of the birds," said his neighbor. "He belongs to the sky. We belong to the earth. We're chickens." So the eagle lived and died a chicken because that's what everyone told him he was. So graduates, I turn to you. You belong to the sky. We all hope to be looking up to you as our inspiration. And optimism is your wind.
Hello, class of 2020. When I sat where you're sitting, you know what? I can't say that. Sure, I was the class of 92, but the truth is, I never sat where you sat. Nobody has. You're graduating during a historic moment. The bad news is, you don't get to wear your cap and gown. The good news is, the cap and gown isn't all that flattering anyways. I know this moment isn't exactly how you pictured it, but from where I'm sitting, you are actually way ahead. You are learning lessons in life that took the rest of us decades to figure out. The first lesson, believe it or not, you have the answers. Right now, those of us who are already out here in the world can't show you a perfect blueprint for success in 2020 and beyond. Honestly, we're in the same boat as you are. We're all learning by trial and error. While you're saying goodbye to college and stepping into the unknown, this year, it's unknown to all of us. COVID-19 is the great leveler. And with your fresh set of eyes, you are exactly what we need right now. So please speak up if you have thoughts about how we might build our world differently or better in the future. This is the time for new thinking. Knowing how and when to share your ingenious ideas, along with knowing how to travel with just a carry-on, is one of the very best life skills. Second, things don't always end the way you want them to. It's gotta hurt that you're missing graduation parties, that last goodbye with your friends, a final hurrah at Brook Street. But sometimes, actually quite often, things don't end as we planned. I'm sure some of you have had a bad breakup, experienced real loss, and have a sense of what I mean when I say this. But the way things end shouldn't affect how you begin again. Okay, so you've got a pandemic of epic proportions capping off your senior year. Well, everything from local governments to international business is being reimagined right now. Industries are being dismantled, others recreated. So many people are frozen by a fear of the unknown. Don't be. Keep dreaming. Keep making plans. If you stay flexible and you use your imagination, you'll make good ones, and we really need you to. Last lesson, pandemic or not, you need to control the one thing you absolutely can, and that's how to treat people. This crisis has shown us just how interconnected we are, how much we depend on each other for health and for happiness. Our actions, our words, and how we come together really matter. They make up the fabric of our community. So be kind. People will remember how you make them feel, and in moments like this, you learn firsthand just how important that is. So that's it. Trust yourself, be flexible, and be kind. Whatever you do, don't miss the opportunity to master this moment. Whatever plans you have in mind, even if they're just for tomorrow, keep making them. Plans are hope. Hope is power, and power's going to help you change the world. And I can't wait to see how. Class of 2020, congratulations.
Congratulations, class of 2020, you did it. While the how of how you're celebrating your achievements at Miami have necessarily changed in the wake of the pandemic, the significance of what you're celebrating most certainly has not. Your degree from Miami will pay dividends for you in the months and years to come, both in your work life and in your personal life, as those friendships that you've made here in Oxford will carry you forward through so many adventures that are headed your way. I wanted to share with you 2 simple rules that I have tried to live by throughout my career and I believe have benefited me. The first rule is very simple. Be nice. Be kind to your family, to your friends, to your neighbors, to your coworkers, and perhaps most importantly, be kind to strangers. In today's hyper-polarized world, being nice will get you far. Simply put, people like to work with people that are nice. And while there may be others around you that try to elbow their way to the top, stick to the kindness principle and you will go far. And you'll make the world a little bit more pleasant as you do it. The second rule is be brave. I know for your class, perhaps more so than most classes that have gone before you, things may look murky for you. Don't let that uncertainty be a barrier for you. Get out there. Lean into saying yes. Meet new people, make new connections, try new things. And if you make mistakes, which we all do at some point in time, just learn from those mistakes and keep on moving forward. Above all, be confident that things will work out. With your Miami degree in hand, just know that you can do anything that you put your heart and your head into. So, class of 2020, I wish only the best for each of you. Go out there and celebrate and get your adventure started.
I am honored to be a very small part of what I know is a very big moment for you. And I know it may not feel like it's being celebrated with the ceremony that you may have expected, but I certainly hope you know and feel the immense milestone that this is. I also hope you can see the incredible opportunity that's been presented to you, albeit involuntarily presented to you, but you find yourself at an incredible and rare inflection point. Anytime we graduate or have these big milestones, they are indeed moments of inflection. But this one's different because this one is one where I think you've been painted or been given, really, a blank slate, a blank canvas, and one where you can really ask yourself, is the world we've been a place that I want to see us become? And what role can you play in it? At the end of the day, you have the greatest opportunity to help us heal and to help us shine. I think we can all agree that this opportunity has shown us some of the most beautiful aspects of the human condition, and it has also shown a light on our flaws. And above all, it has given you the opportunity to really think about how you want to bring your gifts into this world. One thing I know for certain is that because you're graduating from the College of Arts and Sciences, you have the ability to think expansively, collaboratively. You bring fact through science. You bring collaboration in global context. You connect through languages. You can really solve difficult problems. And you uniquely understand that everything is now connected, no matter where we live, no matter who we are. So I hope you find this an incredible moment to really think about what you want to do and what you want to become. I wish you enormous, tremendous luck, tremendous success, and one heck of a killer celebration when the time is right. All the best. Love and honor.
Class of 2020, I want to start by congratulating you on an outstanding achievement, your graduation. I'm certain this is not how you imagined your commencement or even your final semester at Miami would draw to a close. But don't let those expectations shadow what is a tremendous accomplishment and one that will serve you well in life. You now have something that not everyone else has, a liberal arts degree from an outstanding university. You worked hard for it, or maybe you didn't, but you have it. And like most of life, what you do with what you have is half the battle. So in my brief time with you today, I'll share my 5 keys to post-COVID success, since I think that's really what commencement speakers are supposed to do. Here we go. Number 1, be kind. I really believe the greatest lesson in life and that we must take away from this pandemic is to be kind to others. We're all in this together. The world is a small place and we really depend on and need each other. Being kind, caring for one another, and protecting our planet are important pieces in creating a bright future together. Number 2, work hard, because anything worth doing is worth working for. Find opportunities to set yourself apart by pushing farther, thinking differently, dreaming passionately, and consistently raising the bar in all areas of your life. 3, embrace change. I know many of you are probably excited to be done with your formal education, but the people who are the most successful and happy in life are those who understand that change is the only constant. Getting good at being adaptable is one of the most important skills in life. I'd also tell you that while you'll be able to tell the story that you graduated during the COVID pandemic of 2020, those who are happy and successful do not let events define them. They define themselves. So don't let this pandemic determine who you are or what you do next. You define you and the life that you want to achieve. Find purpose that inspires your soul, because that's what's truly making a life worth living. Number 4, have fun. And maybe it goes without saying, but have fun. Life is meant to be lived and enjoyed. So take time to enjoy nature, smell the flowers, belly laugh. And when we're able to again, hug someone tightly. Joy breeds joy, so share it freely. And finally, number 5, never, ever stop learning. Your Miami education is a gift, as was your time in Oxford. Use it to fuel your future. You've made great friends and learned new things about the universe and about yourself. A liberal arts degree is the perfect degree for a situation like this in life. You learn how to think, how to action. And now your new job is to inspire yourself and others to action, to build a brighter future. Class of 2020, you will have a radiant future because things happen for a reason that teach us about ourselves and our resilience. You are strong. You are resilient. And the future is yours. Be kind, work hard, embrace change, keep learning, and have fun. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Here it is, the special moment you have all been waiting for. Please rise if able. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the faculty and board of trustees of Miami University, as president of Miami University, I hereby confer the associate, bachelor's, master's, or specialist, or doctoral degree upon all those who have successfully completed the requirements. And now you have one last exam to pass before you graduate. Will all graduates please move your tassels from right to left? Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Miami University's newest alumni, the graduating class of 2020. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Commencement has ended, and now you start the best part, taking the gifts that you have sown and sharpened at Miami University and putting them to use in the world. You are prepared, you are confident, you are courageous, and you will do great things. But before you start, let us pay tribute to Miami University with your very first act as an alumni, enjoying our alma mater. Congratulations, class of 2020.